YouTubers, and welcome to another episode of the vlogs. As you can see, we've got some beautiful flat water here at Dorney Lake. Hopefully it doesn't kick up too much and it stays like that for as long as possible. We've got some lovely pieces today, side by side. So first things first, as always, gotta get ready to get on the water. So see you there. And we have made it off the dock for another day. We're on the water. We've got some less flat water than before. The wind has started to pick up already. Now it's time to go get paddling. So let's get to it. Are you ready, Robson?
I'm ready.
Well, let's get to it. Oh, you! Go. And we have made it into another room next to the crew room for better internet signal. Oh yeah, but we've got some delicious sweet potato and chilli, a little bit of leftover from yesterday's dinner. Absolutely delicious and decent fueling up, but still, it's no breaded egg toast. Got some side-by-side racing next session, which should be fun. We don't do too much side-by-side racing, partly because when we're on the river, there's too much traffic, and then we have to make sure there's no one in the way, etc. We don't want to crash. But here at Dorney Lake, there's plenty of lanes, so making sure there's no one in the lanes, then we can get down and at least go 2 across. But we have 4 pairs that we could potentially do 4 across, but we'll see. First things first, we've got to fuel up. A little bit of fuel, not too much, because this is pretty heavy, sweet potato and chili. Don't want it to come back up too much, so I'll have a little bit of this, just make sure I'm at the level I want to be at, not hungry but not full during the race, and then have the rest of it after the pieces. But now we go onto the water and get some side-by-side pieces. Let's get to it. We've made it off the dock. Now it's time to get on and do the piece. We'll jump straight into it. And we have, oh, that's a bit close, we have made it back to the club for another day after a pretty decent session, or sessions, on the water today at Dorney Lake. The water was a little bit calmer, didn't have that big crosswind, but as per usual there has to be a little bit of a crosswind at Dorney Lake. But the piece itself, things still to work on in the Learn to Row pair. A lot of people have been asking why it's called the Learn to Row pair. Because we're learning to row, but it's mostly because we're just poking fun at ourselves. We're known as, so Robson and I have decent erg scores. We're known as the guys that can maybe produce the numbers on the erg, but not necessarily the numbers on the water. So we're just poking fun at ourselves. We're in the Learn to Row pair, we're having a bit of fun, and we're trying to enjoy it as much as possible, which is a big key to motivation, enjoying what you're doing, and which is a big key to what you're doing. When you can enjoy what you do, everything becomes a bit easier, even the hard times. But the piece itself, we did learn a little bit, learned a good bit, and I'm just trying to get used to rowing in bow rather than stroking. There's a lot of differences from both seats. You have more leverage in the bow seat, so that therefore if you have a mistimed stroke, you can end up affecting sort of the steering of the boat a bit more. So I've been trying to work on being just a bit more subtle around sort of the entire stroke really, and just really letting Robson, letting James do his thing as much as he can, letting him feel like he can just sit there and just put his power down, and then let me behind him sort of fit into what he's doing. So it's coming along nicely. It's switching the order around actually made quite a big difference, which is really good. You don't really want to make a big change and then think, oh, this is, we've got a plane crossing over. But pretty good news there. We've got I got an email from the delivery people for the shakers. There was a bit of a delay, but it is finally on its sort of last leg of the journey, last day or so. So now it's the weekend, so probably beginning of next week we'll get them and then get them shipped out. I'll put a link in the description to said shakers as well. But that will be it for today's video, Yam Squad. Hopefully you enjoyed it on this Friday. Hopefully everyone made it through the week with some positivity. Hopefully everyone had their Friday shirt on today, and we're heading into trials now this next week, this last week, where we can try and make some changes, but really there is only so much changing you can do in the short period of time that we have left. So like I've been saying, trying to make every session count. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 5 days, 10 or so sessions, where if we can make marginal improvements in each session in 10 sessions, so say that's 0.5% improvement, even 1/4% improvement, that can equal pretty big results. So 2.5–5% improvement over those 10 sessions. So that is a big ask, but we want to improve as much as possible. So when it comes to the time trial on Saturday, the 1900 meter time trial, we are confident in our ability to stick to our guns, to stick to our rhythm, and know that that'll generate speed. And then after that, put us into a good position that we can go into the semi-final, have a bit of side-by-side fun, side-by-side racing, and see how we do versus some of the guys at Caversham and obviously the guys here at the club as well. Because sometimes when you're doing training next to everybody, it's not the same as when it comes down to racing. Some people you find are sort of bubbling along nicely, and then on race day they take like another 2 gears and just go flying. And other people, they're bubbling along nicely in training, and then it comes to racing. Oh yeah! Some Yam Squad fans over there. And then sometimes even you're bubbling along nicely and then you drop down, which isn't so great either. But that will be it for today's video, Yam Squad. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and we'll see who's over there. Oh yeah! Oh, it's not even in focus. Oh yeah. I'm not sure who that is. Let me know in the comments below who that is. But as always, Yam Squad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and have a good one.